Every VA disability decision comes down to a single question. Is your condition connected to your service? The VA answers it in a single document. It's public, it's free, and almost nobody reads it. It's called 38 CFR Part 3. The actual regulation the VA uses to decide every claim. Inside it are 3 separate pathways to prove your conditions are connected to your service. Most veterans only know the first one, miss the other 2, and you leave money on the table you were already owed. By the end of this video, you'll know all 3 and which one fits each of your conditions. Because here's the guidance the system hands you on the way out. Make sure it's all in your medical records and walk into the C&P exam like it's the worst day of your life. That advice isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. 20 years of service, and that's the whole map they give you. Nobody tells you why those things matter, and incomplete information costs veterans real money. Before you fill out a single form, you need one concept: service connection. Every form, every exam, every piece of evidence you ever submit exists to prove it. If you can't establish service connection, the VA will not compensate you, period. 38 CFR 3.303 says it plainly. Service connection means the evidence shows your injury or disease either began during your service, or if you had it before service, your service made it significantly worse, your service caused it, or your service made it worse. Here's the part that runs through everything. The regulation requires this to be shown by evidence, not by your memory, not by what your buddy remembers. Every document you request, every exam you attend, every statement you write from here builds that evidence, whether you know it or not. The VA recognizes 3 pathways to service connection: direct, presumptive, secondary. Most veterans only ever use the first, and the pathway paid services charge the most to find is the one you're about to learn to spot yourself. Pathway 1, direct service connection, the most common and the one most veterans picture when they hear the word claim. Think of it as a puzzle with 3 pieces. All 3 have to lock together before the VA can approve your claim. Piece 1, an in-service event, injury or illness. Something happened while you were in, and it's documented. Piece 2, a current diagnosis. Right now, today, a medical professional has put a name on the condition. Piece 3, a nexus, a medical link connecting piece 1 to piece 2, all 3, every time. Let's kill the mystery on the word that scares veterans off this pathway. Nexus. It's a connection, a bridge, the medical evidence linking what happened in service to the condition you have today. The VA needs a medical professional to look at your service records and your current diagnosis and confirm, in writing, that the 2 are connected. And here's what nobody tells you. That Nexus letter does not have to come from a paid service charging you hundreds of dollars. It can come from your own treating physician, the doctor who already knows your history. Most claims fail because that bridge was never built. That missing piece is where claims get denied and where paid services swoop in to charge you for something you can build yourself. Without a nexus, the VA has no basis to grant your claim, not because they don't believe you, but because the regulation requires the link to be shown by evidence. Now, what happens when the VA removes one of those pieces for you? Pathway 2, presumptive service connection. For many veterans, this is the one that changes everything. 38 CFR 3.309. For certain conditions, depending on where you served, what you were exposed to, and when, the VA has already determined that your service caused them, not case by case, by law. Remember the nexus, the bridge from Pathway 1. With presumptive, the VA already built it for you. Congress made the connection official, so you don't need a doctor's letter. 2 pieces instead of 3. The clearest example is the PACT Act, signed in August 2022, the largest expansion of presumptive service connection in modern history. More than 20 conditions added for burn pits, Agent Orange, radiation, and Camp Lejeune water. Serve in a covered location during a covered period with a covered diagnosis, and the VA presumes your connection. But presumptive doesn't mean automatic. You still show 2 things: that you served in that covered location and that you have the diagnosis. 2 pieces, not 0. And most veterans who qualify never realize they do. So this week, go to va.gov, pull up the presumptive conditions list, and see if your service and your diagnoses match anything on it. If they do, you may be sitting on a claim you haven't filed. That link is in the description. The source itself, nothing to buy. Now Pathway 3, the one most veterans miss completely. Pathway 3, secondary service connection. Pay attention because this is the pathway paid services charge the most to identify, and the regulation behind it is one short paragraph. 38 CFR 3.310. If a condition is caused by, or made worse by, a disability the VA already service-connected, that second condition can be service-connected too. No new in-service event needed. Your already rated condition does the work. Here's the plain example. You have a service-connected knee, already rated. Because of that knee, the way you walk changes, your weight shifts, and now you've got a diagnosed hip or back condition as a result. Under 38 CFR 3.310, that hip or back can be service-connected as secondary to the knee. One condition, two rated disabilities, more compensation. This is where paid services make most of their money. They'll identify your secondaries for a fee. They'll tell you what's commonly secondary to your ratings for a fee. Here's what they don't tell you. The regulation is public. The list is researchable. Your own treating physician can identify secondaries straight from your history. That information was never theirs to sell. One last thing on pathways. You might have more than one open for the same condition and different pathways for different conditions. That's common. Direct for hearing loss, presumptive for a burn pit condition, secondary for a back caused by a service-connected knee. Your job before you file is to match each condition to its pathway. Before we close, walk away with action, not inspiration. Step 1. Write down every condition you believe is tied to your service. Everyone. Don't filter. Don't decide in advance what the VA will approve. Just write them down. Step 2. Next to each one, ask the 3 questions. Did it begin in service? Direct. Is it on the VA's presumptive list for where you served? Presumptive. Is it caused or made worse by something already service-connected? Secondary. Step 3. Go to ecfr.gov, pull up 38 CFR 3.303 and read the source yourself. It's linked below. 3 steps. No paid service required. The process feels overwhelming because nobody hands you the map. They give you a destination and say good luck. This is the map. So run those 3 steps this week before you file anything, because every veteran who files without this leaves money the VA already owes them on the table. You don't have to keep all of this in your head. We built you a worksheet called the Pathway Sorter. Input every condition you are considering, run each one through the 3 questions, and it sorts them into direct, presumptive, or secondary. Some come back with more than one pathway, and that is a second claim you did not know you had. It's pinned at the top of the comments and linked in the description. It's built, it's waiting, it's yours. Use it. Nothing here is a promise of any particular rating. Every claim is different. What we give you is the cleanest way we know to execute. For Guard and Reserve, women veterans, step-by-step, or benefits news, subscribe to the channel that fits your fight. Before you file anything, one 5-minute step can protect months, even years, of back pay you're already owed. Most veterans skip it and never get that time back. It's called intent to file. Watch that one next. There's gotta be another way, and this is it.